Hi, I'm Movie Man. I'm an octopus who reviews movies, and today's review is going to be on. So, what did I think of this movie? I thought that it was really good. It was a really good movie. Um, Starting things off, the cinematography of this movie was excellent. This film was shot very well, I must say. And, not to mention, the visual effects are some spectacular. Like, I just like to say that. I know it's a Marvel movie, so it's no really surprise, but yeah. I just like to say that the visual effects, the CGI in this movie is absolutely spectacular. Truly. Um, the pace of this movie, I felt the film kind of dragged a bit because no one sure it is because this movie is 2 hours and 41 minutes long, and so yeah, it's no wonder that this movie kind of feels as long as it is, but however, it doesn't drag to the point where you're kind of wondering oh, when is this movie ever gonna end? No. The plot of the film and all that, it's so good that it manages to keep you engaged with the film. The sounds of music in this movie is really good. Um, I think the scores in this movie and stuff, they're all pretty good, and the song that plays during the credits, that's sung by Rihanna, is also good as well. I don't know if I like it as much as All the Stars, but it's still good though. I still like it. Um, the editing in this movie, I wasn't the biggest fan of. Because I'll admit during the fight scenes, the fight scenes in this movie, they weren't bad. They were good, but I just kind of felt that they sort of they just felt like they were a little too fast paced for my liking. Um, like I don't know, maybe that was just me, but I did kind of feel the fights were a little a little too fast paced. Um, as for the characters, Shuri was really good in this movie. Um, yeah, I thought Shuri was very good in the film. I liked her kind of story in the movie where she's grieving the loss of her brother T'Challa and stuff, and yeah, I think that it's all done very well in my opinion. Um,
No woman, no cry.
Nakia, who was for this movie, she's also very good as well. It is nice to see her again because we haven't actually seen her in the MCU since the original Black Panther movie. So yeah, it has been a while since we've seen the Kia, but she returns for this movie, and yeah, she was good. It was great to see her again. Um, Okoye is also very good in this movie. Um, Once again, she and the rest of the Dora Milaje are able to kick some ass during the fight scenes, and yeah, I thought that like she was very good in the film. Um,
Shout out. Oki. They called him Kukul Khan.
there's M'Baku, who actually wasn't in this movie all as much as he was in the first film, but from what we do see of him in this movie, I actually think that he's once again really good. Um, Not to mention he can be like very funny too in his scenes. Um. Ironheart, aka Riri Williams, she was good too. I liked her as well in the movie. Not to mention there's this one scene involving her character. You could find it on YouTube in HD, but like she says something to Okoye in the film, and like it's honestly one of the biggest laughs of the movie. Like it's actually like very funny. Um
You can come to Wakanda, conscious or unconscious.
You need to be conscious of the way that you look. Walking around here with that ash on your head.
Everett K. Ross, who is back in this film, he's pretty good. He's kind of part of the story. He's not actually involved with the other characters in it. Like he's kind of got his own story going on like elsewhere. I like from what we see of him, I think he is decent. Or was actually really good. I actually liked Namor a lot. He was a really good villain in my opinion. And like not to mention, he's also a mutant as well. Like they bring it up in the movie that he's actually a mutant. So yeah, that's a nice way to introduce mutants into the MCU. So yeah, I actually thought that was really good. I thought, he's a nice new addition to the MCU. It's great to finally see Namor on screen.
Shed no tear.
Queen Ramonda also very good in this movie. Like she along with Shuri, they're also grieving the loss of T'Challa, and like since T'Challa's death, she's become like the new ruler of Wakanda, and like honestly, she's got some like really good scenes in the movie, and like not to mention Angela Bassett actually does a great performance in my opinion. So I thought Ramonda was great in the film. The plot was actually very good. Like the way they were able to incorporate Chadwick Boseman's like real life death into the story and stuff. it was actually done very well, in my opinion. And I mean, this is like, for the most part, like kind of a more serious MCU movie, because because it's dedicated to Boltzmann's memory and stuff. But like, I actually think that the film, like, it does comedy well. Like there's not too much humor in this movie. This film is dedicated to Chadwick Boseman, so it can't really have too much comedy in it, but we do get our scenes of comedy alright. And can I just say that this movie actually does the comedy very well. As I said, there isn't much comedy in this movie, but like when the comedy does come, it's genuinely funny. It's genuinely it's really funny. Like some of the comedy, that's like the minor most comedy in the film. And like again, there's only like very few moments of comedy in the movie, but when they do come, they can actually be pretty funny. And unlike, a certain other movie, this film actually doesn't force the comedy at all. So yeah, that's great. And the narrative structure was very good. Like the main plot of the movie is it's like Namor kind of declaring like war on the world and stuff, and I think the film does it very quite well. And again, the way they were able to incorporate Chadwick Boseman's real life death into the movie was done very well. So overall, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was a really good movie, and as to mention, a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, Wakanda Forever. So, with that, I am going to give Black Panther: Wakanda Forever an 8 out of 10. So, before I go, I just want to say, so now that with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever out, this means that Phase 4 of the MCU is now over. Phase 4 is done. We'll be moving on to Phase 5 in February of 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But yeah, it's quite shocking to see that Phase 4 only lasted like a year. Considering the other few phases were like quite like with like up to like 3 years or so. And yeah, I have heard many people's opinions about Phase 4. And yeah, I mean, while I don't 100% agree, I can see why many people weren't a huge fan of Phase 4 of the MCU. I haven't actually seen all the shows in Phase 4. Like, I've seen Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk Attorney of Law, which I haven't reviewed yet, but I will review it eventually. I say I'll watch all the shows at some point, but what I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna give you guys my ranking of all 7 movies in Phase 4 of the MCU. So starting with the bottom number 7, Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, as you guys will remember my review, I was not a fan of this movie. Um, well, look, I liked it, you know? I thought it was decent, but, like, I did think the film could have been a lot better. Like, the comedy was just forced. It was really, really forced. And, while the story of the film was not the worst, I did think it could have been better. Yeah, Love and Thunder was a decent movie, but a bit disappointing, and my least favorite movie in Phase 4. Number 6, we have Black Widow. I did review this movie because I hadn't started making videos for when I saw it. But I saw this movie twice in the cinema, and you know, I thought it was decent. I actually didn't think I'd like it all too much. I wasn't that excited for this movie, but no, I actually thought it was pretty good. Like, it wasn't great, it wasn't anything amazing, but you know, I thought it was a decent film. And of course, you know, Florence was in it and everything. But anyways, then number 5 is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You guys remember my review of this movie when I saw it. I know a lot of people weren't a huge fan of Multiverse of Madness. And personally, I actually thought it was really good. Now I won't act like it was perfect. Like, no, it was absolutely flawless. But, like, with that being said, I still thought it was really good. I thought it had a good enough story and stuff. And not to mention Wanda was great and everything. So, yeah. Then for number 4, I'd say probably this movie, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I was actually kind of debating like whether I'd post like Multiverse of Madness or Wakanda Forever as better, but I just gonna slightly give it to Wakanda Forever because like I did think it had a slightly better pace, and there just wasn't really as many. I didn't really have as many problems with Wakanda Forever as I did with Multiverse of Madness. So, yeah. Then for number 3, I'd say Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It was actually a really good movie. Good characters, good story. Overall, just a really good film. Now these last 2 movies, these 2 are just some of my favorite movies ever made. It actually kind of sucks having to post one film over the other, but for number 2 spot, I'm gonna give to Spider-Man: No Way Home. I loved this movie when I first saw it, but man, on my second viewing, I love it. It's just so great. Like, what a great movie. Like, just a great act for Peter and everything. Just such a great film. One of the best superhero movies of all time. Honestly, just such a great film. And obviously, this is going to be a controversial opinion, but whatever. You guys all know number 1 is going to be Eternals. Like, I've already said like multiple times how much I love Eternals. It's just such a great film. And I actually watched it again for yet another time because, you know, it recently celebrated its 1-year anniversary. Like, this day last week, it was Eternals' 1-year anniversary. And I made my own, like, kind of trailer for it, which you guys should watch because it has some pretty good editing, honestly. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed my review and my ranking of all the movies in Phase 4. I'm very excited for some of the movies coming up in Phase 5. Like, my probably most highly anticipated movie is Thunderbolts. But yeah, I am very excited for a lot of the movies coming up. So, thank you guys for watching, and Wakanda Forever.